Match number 36 being played between Ashes rivals, the third place Australia and the team placed at the bottom of the table, England, at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad today. Now this is the last match of the 7th round of the league stage. England are also the defending champions. The head-to-head between the two in the last 5 ODIs is Australia's 4 wins to England's 1. Now, the three Lions will be out of contention for the semi-finals if they lose to their Ashes rivals today. Australia will be without their key all-rounders Glenn Maxwell and Mitch Marsh. England lost their left-arm pacer Reece Topley to a fractured finger earlier on. He was replaced by Bryden Cars. Okay, I'm now going to go over to Dav Watmore to make sense of what's what. Dav, Australia started off poorly, but with 4 wins on the trot, they are definitely very strong contenders for the semi-final spot. And of course, England, they've had problems galore this time around.
Yeah. Australia came back very strongly after the 2 initial losses. But again, when you talk about England, everybody says the same thing. Could you ever imagine their performance in this World Cup the way it has been? So, you know, they haven't played very well at all. They deserve to be down there because of that effort, the very poor efforts. And they are up against one of their main rivals, you know, in any format of the game. They just lift when they play Australia. And the Australians also looking very much forward to going into battle with England.
Okay, before we head into this mouth-watering clash, why don't you take us through your playing 11, the 22 that you've picked out for the match today?
Yeah, with England, I've actually gone one change. There's no need for Ben Stokes to play.
Yep.
So that's a big name that came in, but I've left him out. So we got Dawid Malan and Johnny Bairstow, Joe Root, the usual suspects. Number 4 is where I made a change with Harry Brook instead of Stokes. Butler, Livingston, Moeen Ali, Willie, Adil Rashid, Chris Weeks, the all-rounders, come back into form, so he'll keep his place, and Mark Wood with the pace. So in that, on paper again, very strong.
Yeah.
But they just haven't translated that into victories, into performance. So that's what I think will go ahead later today. Let's see what happens with the final 11. But that's my suggested 11 for the match against
They would
Australia.
have a certain impetus when they take up against their Ashes rivals, though. Wouldn't you expect a different result, perhaps?
Well, they will come firing, I tell you, because regardless of where either of those teams are in any table, they rise to the occasion, you know, and they just don't want to lose to each other. It's bragging rights, so I'm expecting a bit of fireworks,
Okay, your Australia 11 now.
Yeah, well, Australia 11 will necessitate 2 changes, as you said. Maxwell with a mild concussion protocol, he won't be available, and neither will Mitchell Marsh, who they'll miss also. David Warner with Travis Head. Steve Smith comes up to 3, his old position. Marnus Labuschagne then comes to 4. Inglis stays at his position at number 5. Cameron Green, I think, will come in. At number 6, Marcus Stoinis, who's got over a calf injury at number 7. Pat Cummins at 8. Mitchell Starc 9. Zampa and Hazelwood make up the last 2.
Okay.
So again, with this one, you know, you got three fast bowlers and a couple of spinners. Where they'll miss Maxwell, apart from his batting, of course, is also his ability to bowl off spin. So Travis Head's going to have to, you know, step in his shoes a little bit, rise to the occasion, and he'll send down some overs, I think.
Rise to the occasion he did in his first World Cup fixture this time around, and mightily so. What are the key battles, other than perhaps Mr. Head featuring in one of your key battles today, that we can look forward to?
Okay, I've gone for two batsmen from England. Johnny Bairstow again, he figures in most of my battles.
Yeah.
You know, he has another opportunity to, you know, flex the muscles. And against Australia, I think he'll try extra hard.
Yeah.
Mitchell Starc stands in his way. Starc, he hasn't bowled as well as he can with the new ball, but he's beginning to turn it around a bit. So I think I'm expecting this battle to be a fierce one to start with. Harry Brook I've got in the second battle because, you know, he's a youngster that's going to be part of England teams going forward, no question. I've got him taking Stokes' place, no need for Ben Stokes to play. And if he does play, batting at number 4, he can be very destructive. Zampa, who's on the top of his game now with confidence, he will definitely have a say in Harry Brook's runs. So I'm expecting Zampa to have a real crack at Harry Brook, and that'll be a good battle as well.
Yeah.
3 batsmen from Australia, David Warner, obviously, in the form that he's in now. You know, unreal effort by him. He's not getting any younger, but he's seeing the ball beautifully. He'll open the batting. He still has a little bit of a problem outside the off stump with a new ball going away. David Willey swings it away. So that'll be an interesting battle to have a look at to see whether he can induce an outside edge to the wicket keeper. The next one, second last one, is Travis Head, who announced himself with a bang, you know, first game back after a fractured hand, fractured wrist, and boy, oh boy, did he
impress.
Yeah, he just showed like he hadn't missed a game.
Yeah.
So it was very seamless return to competition, and another left-hander, and Chris Wokes, who had a horrible start, but finally his rhythm has come back and he's landing the ball in the good spot. So I think that battle will be a very good one also. And the last one is Steve Smith, who comes back to his favourite number 3 position, who hasn't had the best of tournaments so far. He's had two 50s, but he rises to the occasion. When you say you're playing against England, I'm there, you know. So I'm expecting him to really, you know, turn it on to, when he gets a chance at number 3. And this guy, Mark Wood, he hasn't taken the new ball, but I tell you what, when he comes into bowl, I'm sure they'll hold some overs back for Steve Smith, and that'll be another very good battle for me.
Okay, predictions for today, Dav.
Look,
between England and Australia.
Yeah, I think Australia's got more to play for.
Yeah.
Yeah, more to play for, and they'll be desperate. So they'd like to keep their winning streak going. And also the arch rival in blue, they're always up for that game as well.
How much of an impetus is the 2025 Champions Trophy for England? Or are they just going to currently concentrate on the World Cup? Perhaps try to be a party spoiler there?
Well, if they are serious about wanting to qualify for the Champions Trophy, then they'll have to start, you know, climbing up the table a little bit. And, you know, and this game here is the start of it.
Yeah.
So it is important. One complements the other.
Okay. Dav Watmore's prediction between the most successful teams so far in all the World Cups, Australia, and between Australia and England, who are the title defenders, he says it's Team Australia.
I do.
Okay. Well, that's it from me for now. It's back to you guys.